based on the false allegations that come my way. By the time I finish this job, literally, accused of sleeping with half of the city of New Orleans, both genders and all pronouns. I'm known as Teddy sometimes and then Teddy other times. So with
Okay.
New details about the federal investigation into New Orleans Mayor LaToya Cantrell. As sources tell Fox 8, the FBI wants to know more about the time Cantrell spent with a member of her security detail.
Looking into a former member of Cantrell's executive protection team, Jeffrey Vappy, as well as the time the pair spent at a city-owned apartment in the French Quarter.
So do you feel like his actions embarrassed the unit?
I would say so, yeah.
You feel like he crossed that line of professionalism with his protection duties?
They all noticed it. So, we were like, what is this dude doing,
Ladies and gentlemen, in the heart of New Orleans, a city famed for its vibrant culture and spirited jazz music, and most importantly, the rise of Cash Money Records, there's a scandal that is more ratchet than any Mardi Gras parade. What happens when the boundaries between public office and personal affairs are not just crossed, but completely obliterated? Basically some Bill Clinton type stuff. It's the unfolding drama of the alleged lovers, Mayor LaToya Cantrell and NOPD officer Jeffrey Vappy, find themselves. This story is so entangled with power, desire, and secrecy that it draws the attention of the FBI. An alleged affair between the city's mayor and his security officer is just the tip of the iceberg. Beyond the salacious headlines lies a murky world of potential misuse of public funds, ethical violations, and questions of legality. This story isn't just about some possible romantic situation. It's about the very integrity of public office and the rule of law. Join me as we dive deep into this unfolding drama where every twist and turn can be a piece of a larger puzzle. From the secret meetings in the historic streets of the French Quarter to the scrutiny of the FBI, we're unraveling a story that challenges the very essence of public accountability here in New Orleans. How far does this go? What will the FBI uncover? And what does this mean for the future of the city that prides itself on its resilience and its character? Let's get into it. It all started in May 2021, right around the time Officer Vappy was assigned to Mayor Cantrell's executive protection detail. Coincidence? Maybe. But now we fast forward to August and September 2022, and the plot thickens. These months are highlighted in a divorce petition by Vappy's wife, marking the height of the alleged affair.
So in this filing, a person is listed as Mrs. LC and is accused of having an extramarital affair with Officer Jeffrey Vappy, who was once Mayor Cantrell's top detail officer. And a source confirms to WDSU that the person listed as LC is Mayor LaToya Cantrell. Now, the documents show the petitioner wants a divorce because she says that Vappy continued to commit adultery, which he denies. The court documents were filed just this month, alleging that November is when Vappy's wife became aware of the alleged inappropriate relationship, which reportedly had been going on since May of 2021.
Apparently, she knew about the affair because he admitted about who he was cheating on with. It was the mayor. This is straight Bodyguard, Whitney Houston type stuff. But wait, there's more. It's not just about the meetings and the whisper secrets and the pillow talk. The real kicker here is the potential misuse of public funds. We're talking about thousands of dollars. The kind of money that probably could buy a small parade float in New Orleans.
Significant questions raised from our stories might center around Vappy, who charged taxpayers for long periods of time on the clock, sometimes while traveling with the mayor. For example, Friday, January 21st of last year, Cantrell and Vappy returned from D.C. The late afternoon flight, the only item on her calendar that day. Records show the 5:24 p.m. flight arrived 10 minutes late. Still that day, Vappy billed taxpayers for 16 hours of work, 7 in the morning until 11 at night. More than 5 hours after returning to New Orleans,
this dude was able to get his pen wet and make money at the same time. The FBI, the City Inspector General, and the NOPD aren't just looking for gossip. They're digging into allegations of payroll fraud, misuse of city-owned apartment, and enough timesheet discrepancies to make an accountant weep. So here's the details of what exactly the FBI is investigating Mayor LaToya Cantrell and Officer Vappy, and it's for several reasons. Number one, purchases by Cantrell's stylist. The FBI is looking into thousands of dollars in purchases made by Cantrell's stylist, Tanya Blunt-Haynes. Number two, the investigation includes examining Cantrell and Vappy's use of a city-owned apartment.
Security camera video obtained by Fox 8, Vappy is the only officer to ever enter the Upper Pentaba apartment. Other members of the mayor's executive protection team, in interviews with police investigators, even called the relationship troubling.
Number three, Mayor Cantrell's schedule. The FBI is scrutinizing her schedule in relation with the time spent with Vappy. It's a lot of time, and a lot of it wasn't based on her getting protected. It was her getting, well, you know what I'm talking about. Number 4, concerns of payroll fraud. This is the biggest thing here. There's allegations of payroll fraud as Vappy, while officially on duty for the NOPD, was spending a significant time at the apartment with Cantrell, not working. And obviously the timesheet discrepancies and investigation exploring instances where Vappy charged taxpayers for extended periods while accompanying the mayor, raising questions about the accuracy and legality of those timesheets. This story is very, very familiar to what happened with the mayor of Nashville. You may not know about this, guys, but to those who may, the former mayor of Nashville, Megan Barry. Her story rings a familiar bell. An affair with a security officer, misuse of city resources, and a guilty plea to felony theft, and a very dramatic exit from the public office.
It was completely designed to humiliate me and to politically embarrass me.
6 years ago, the mayor of Nashville at first denied having an affair with her security detail.
Was he getting paid while you were having relations with him?
No.
Then Mayor Megan Barry took her bodyguard on taxpayer-funded trips out of town, while the two carried on a secret affair.
Do you think there was anything though that was inappropriate in terms of, did he really need to be there? Did he really need to be with you while you're going to a concert or something like that?
When I'm out, I'm working all the time.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying?
And so I let the police department make the decisions about how I should be staffed.
In 2018, Barry and her bodyguard pleaded guilty to state charges of felony theft. Tennessee investigators looked at the 10 city-funded trips Barry took with her bodyguard and the tens of thousands of dollars in overtime the bodyguard collected while claiming to protect the mayor. The charges centered around an affair while taxpayers paid the bodyguard.
The mirror images of what happened in Nashville and what we see playing out here.
Megan Barry pleaded guilty to felony theft back in 2018. This charge was connected to an affair that she had with a police officer who was in charge of her security detail. That scandal resulted in her resignation from the office of mayor. This case is very familiar to what we're talking about right now. So the question is, could history be repeating itself in the Big Easy? Now, Mayor Cantrell did have her husband pass away while she was in office, but at the same time, it doesn't mean you're able to take money from taxpayers by banging your security guard. There's many ways that she could went about this in the most transparent way possible. In a situation where a mayor and a member of the security team wish to pursue a romantic relationship, there are several steps they could ideally take to ensure that their actions are ethical, legal, and in line with professional standards. The first thing they could have done is disclose the relationship. The mayor should have disclosed the relationship to the appropriate city or government officials. Transparency is crucial to avoid any kind of appearance of impropriety or conflict of interest. Number 2, reassignment of the bodyguard. To maintain professional boundaries and avoid any conflict of interest, the bodyguard should have been reassigned to a different role where they do not directly report or interact regularly with the mayor. Number 3, the adherence to policies and laws. Both parties should have been aware and adhere to any relevant workplace policies, ethical codes, and laws that govern relationships between supervisors and subordinates or between public officials and their staff. No Bill Clinton type crap. And avoiding preferential treatment. The mayor must ensure that the bodyguard does not receive any preferential treatment, promotions, or benefits due to their personal relationship. The problem is it looks like it happened allegedly where he was making a lot of overtime pay while hanging out with the mayor. By following these steps, the mayor and the bodyguard could help ensure that their personal relationship does not conflict with their professional responsibilities or the public's trust. So what happens next? With the FBI and Inspector General and the NOPD knee-deep in investigations, the future for Mayor Cantrell and Officer Vappy seems to be uncertain, and it looks like things are not going to end well for both of them. So we'll see what's going on with another mayor doing something that they shouldn't be doing. Put in the comments below what you guys think about this situation. What do you think about Mayor Cantrell? If you are a resident of New Orleans, how well is she doing? What would you grade her job? Thank you for taking time to watch this video, and I'll see you guys in the next video.